In the previous video, we discussed the need for bonds. Okay, now we have to discuss the use of the border. Bonds have a price and bonds have a yield. What is the price of a bond? What is the return for holding that bond? That is decided by the interest rate. If the interest rate is strong, then the yield and return of holding a bond will increase, the bond's price will become higher, and the yield will become weak. And remember, if the yield is strong, the currency will be strong. If the yield is weak, the currency will also be weak. So now we will discuss what is the relationship between Forex and global equity markets, meaning stock markets. How do these two affect each other? This is a very simple matter. We need to understand that when we hear that the conditions of the origin have improved, the currency becomes strong. So what is the indication of a country's conditions improving? A country's stock market is strong. The companies of that country perform well. Their profits are good, so when the country's strong market rises, confidence increases. What happens then? Foreign investment comes in. So what is needed for foreign investment to be put into that country's stocks? They need local currency. For people to buy stocks, when they convert their foreign currency into local currency, the local currency becomes strong. Similarly, when the stock market falls, investors sell assets, sell stocks. So what do? By selling stocks, they buy back their foreign currency. As a result, the currency falls. So what is the simple follow-up to that? Strong stock market equals strong currency and vice versa. Weak stock market equals weak currency. Now the chart has appeared in front of you. You can see the relation of the US from 1995 and the relation with the stock market you are seeing. Most of the time stayed with it. From 1995, the weights of equities and dollar rose. Together, relationship broke. When the tech bubble burst, we have discussed this before in the dollar smile theory. When the situation is very bad, the dollar becomes strong, or when the situation is very good. So when the dollar situation was very good in the US, the stock market and the dollar went together. When the situation becomes very bad, the tech bubble burst and the dollar rose. Stocks fell, same in 2008. So you have to keep this in mind. Now we have understood the stock market. Now, in the stock market, each country has its stock index, which combines multiple big stock companies. In this way, we discuss the dollar index. There is a currency index which gives you an idea of the overall country's situation. So as we learned, if stocks rise, the currency will be strong. Now stocks are rising. How will they judge? People will look at all these indices. So there are some US indices that we will discuss one by one. There is the Dow Jones. It tracks the top 30 companies, the top 3 industrial companies. Alright, this is a market sentiment indicator, because if the industrial indicator is good, then the market's risk attitude is good. Crisis stocks will be weak. If industrial stocks are weak, then the rest of the sentiment is not good. Then we have the S&P 500. It measures all the companies in the US, the 500 largest companies together. This is a major economic indicator. If it is rising, then the US conditions are good. If it is falling, then the US conditions are bad. Dow Jones can rise or fall because of 1 or 2 companies, but the S&P is the main indicator. Then we have Nasdaq, the largest electronic stock market index in the US. It is tech heavy. This includes all tech stocks from Nvidia to Apple to Microsoft, Meta, Facebook, ABC, all are included. This will be there. The United States has 3 main indices. Then we have Nikkei from Japan, which reflects all the top 225 companies of Japan. Then you have DAX from Germany, which reflects Germany's top 40 blue chip companies. Top, which is a good company. Then there is Euro Stocks 50. It covers all the major companies of the Eurozone in Europe. We have FTSE UK. It covers the largest firms in the UK. There is the Hang Seng. It covers all the market players in Hong Kong. So it was discussed that if stocks are good, the currency will be strong. But we have learned before about the US dollar. In the dollar smile theory, when conditions are good, the dollar is strong. Even when conditions are very bad, the dollar is strong. Just like the chart in front of you, you can see in it that the conditions in the US were good and the dollar kept on getting strong. When the tech bubble burst, stocks fell, but the dollar still became strong. Because of the dollar smile theory, the same happened in 2008 and so on. So this example, S&P is getting strong, meaning conditions are good. But there is an exception with the dollar, that when conditions are bad, the currency still becomes strong, meaning the dollar. But when the dollar is strong, what happens? Does it hurt industries, right? Their global sales have decreased, the dollar has become expensive, so all the goods going out of the USA, dollar zones. What did we learn? There is an industrial index, so as many goods as there are. What will happen to those going outside the universe? No, their sales will decrease, they will drop. So whenever the dollar yen is strong, the dollar is weak. The dollar is weak, the dollar is strong. Basically, many opposite sides. A simple rule of the corridor is they work most of the time, but they don't always work. You have to keep this in mind. Then Nikkei 2 in dollar yen. These two are together. Now Nikkei is and dollar means 2. These are also against both. If Nikkei rises, yen will be strong, so dollar yen will fall and Nikkei will fall. If yen is weak, dollar yen will rise. But since the financial crisis after the year 2000, these conditions have changed. The discussed conditions do not always exist. This condition has changed and now they both move together. Nikkei is weak, dollar yen is weak. Nikkei is strong, dollar yen is strong. So now we learn how to use the euro yen as a stocks rating indicator. Because understand this, as we discussed in European stocks, to invest in a country we need the local currency. So to invest in European stocks we need euros. A high stock demand equals higher euros. Euro JPY has a very strong relationship with major stock indices like DAX and S&P 500. If the stock conditions are good, Euro yen rises, and if the stock conditions are bad, Euro yen falls. So we need to keep an eye out for that. Now it's a cheat sheet or very easy to understand. They have a correlation. Most of the time it doesn't work, but you can see. Pay close attention to this. Take a screenshot of it. You are saving with this. We will not discuss it because we have already discussed it throughout the chapter. But you can keep it and take care of it and read it so that you don't make a mistake. The more you know about the market, the more you understand the correlation of risk on risk off assets, the better your understanding will be of the fundamental picture forming in your mind. Why is the currency rising? Why is it falling? What does our general beginner audience understand? Data is green, the price will go up. If it's red, the price went down 150,000 in the background. Except simple things we understand, so it's important for us to understand what their relationship is, what's happening, which composition, rising, falling, bond, equity market, stock market. We have to understand the